Hello, Professor Torres Velez here. I'm very excited about this course. I'm very excited about having you in my course. I'm just going to jump right ahead and explain the navigation of the course on Brightspace, the syllabus, and some of the course expectations. I strongly advise you, please, 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 to take the time and very carefully read and review the syllabus. Also, take the time, go to Brightspace and play around navigating in Brightspace. That will be the only or the easiest way for you to find your way around the course content. I try to design this course in such a way that to make it easier on you for navigation and whatnot. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and explain. So, the first time you come to the course, let me just, oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay, here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch. Let's see. All right, so I'm currently in the student view. You should once you access the course, you should see something like this. A few things that you need to keep in mind about the course navigation, right? The first one is this navigation bar up here, is the horizontal bar in the top part of the window. And so in here you'll see some of the key tabs that will help you navigate. The one that I use the most, and very, it's the content one. Why? Because it takes me right in the page that you're seeing right now. Um, so that's an important one. Of course, the assignments, there's the quizzes, discussion, class progress, grades, so on and so forth, right? But this is like the key one where you're going to be spending most of the time, and of course, assignments and whatnot. But from the content section, the area that you should be paying attention the most, of course, is the left pane bar, right? In here you have all of the options, right? So quickly, so that you're aware of them, right? You have the overview, which I'll show you in a second. You have the bookmarks, which is when you're working on a given unit, you can bookmark it to make it easier for you to return back to that same unit if you need to. So use bookmarks for that. Course schedule, this is where assignments and all of that are plugged into the calendar for your convenience, right? So this is here for you to follow through. And then, of course, this is the table of content, and under here you can see the syllabus and course info, right? That's the very first step you have to do. You have to make if you haven't done so already. This is where you're gonna see the syllabus in its full splendor. I hope you like it. And then the content section, right? The content section. Um, it's divided by the main units. This course has 4 main units, and I'll go into it discussing them in a second. And then you also have these 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs in here. These last 4 tabs in here are for you are designed for you to make it easier for you to navigate the course, to find assignments quickly, to find where to post the journal entries quickly and where to post your discussion boards. Because I often get students asking me, so professor, where do I post this, where do I post that? Well, there's two areas where you can post assignments. Is in this in one of these 4 tabs, or within each unit I also provided a space for you to upload assignments. Okay, but probably the easiest way to find one is by going to these 4 consolidated tabs. Okay, let's go now to the course overview. All right, this course, as I was saying, is organized in 4 main units. Each unit has about 4 weeks worth of work. The week is divided between 2 days of work, basically, and so we are treating this course as if we are meeting twice a week. Of course, we're not meeting because this is an asynchronous course. Nonetheless, the way in which I organize and design the syllabus is as if it is as if we are actually meeting twice a week, and that the reason for this is to make easier on you be able to tackle the different assignments and tasks in an efficient manner. Okay. A typical class day has the following tasks, right? So you have a lecture to watch. Always, you will have a lecture to watch. I mean, some weeks you might not have, or some units might not have a lecture within them, but it's because perhaps I cover the material in the following lecture or on the previous lecture. So don't fret if for whatever reason you go to a unit and you don't see a lecture link. It might be because I already covered the material either before or will cover it after that particular unit. Okay, so that's just to keep it in mind. Readings to do, of course, those you will always have. I mean, I the way in which I designed this is that it's fair. It's not an incredible amount of reading. There is some reading to do, of course. It's a college level course, and so you have to be aware of the amount of readings you have to do. So just kind of always make sure you check before the week starts. Check quickly how much readings you have to do, how many assignments you have, so that you can organize yourself. Okay. We also have documentaries and videos to watch. Again, pretty much every week there is something that you might need to watch, and of course you can access those video resources actually through both the syllabus and through the course shell here. Journal entries to write, that's very important. You're going to be writing weekly journal entries just on the readings, okay, just on the readings. You don't have to write journal entries on audiovisual resources unless a given day might have only audiovisual resources as the content that you have to study. Then in that case you will have to write your journal entry, meaning a summary, a one paragraph summary on that particular audiovisual material. But generally speaking, journal entries are only for the readings, okay, and it's just one paragraph. It's low stakes, right? It's meant for you to jot down key ideas about the readings and key concepts, and to summarize and to also give me a reaction to the readings, meaning what did the reading make you think about, what stood out, so on and so forth. Written submissions of the weekly journal entries are due no later than Sundays at midnight. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this, right? So every week you have to submit a journal entry, right? And so those journal entries are due on Sundays midnight. In addition to the journal entry and discussion board entry, there are two other key writing assignments in this course, and those are the service learning project, which accounts for 40% of your grade, and the experiential learning short paper. It's a long name to basically say that you have to attend some sort of an academic event at Ostos, whether it's online or in person, and then you just do the same thing. You write one paragraph. When it says one page, you might need to write a little more than one, maybe two paragraphs on that, right? On the experiential learning short paper. Okay, the instructions are in there in that link. You can go ahead and click them and further read. Okay. How to start working quickly, as I was mentioning, right? The navigation, the horizontal navigation bar of the upper part of your screens, that's where you find the content. That's what's all the action happens. You go there and then you're gonna see the content. I already went through it, right? So bookmarks, course schedule, syllabus, and course content. You can go ahead and read it carefully. All right, so that's about the overview, right? So now let's go down into the syllabus so that you can see it and where to access. You probably already have access to it, and I hope you already got access to it. Syllabus or on course info. You just click on it, and it will show up. And there you have it, all its gloriousness. I devoted a lot of time in making it pretty, and making it useful. Let me just quickly walk you through it so that you can understand it. Of course, you got to take some time and read it very carefully so that you become very familiar with it. It's super important for your success that you fully comprehend what you are committing to when you enroll in this class. It's not necessarily a hard class, and it doesn't have a whole lot of work, but it does have some work and it needs consistency, right? So the more you stay on top of taking care of the small tasks, the better you will be when the course ends in terms of grading and whatnot. Okay. So let's go here to course evaluation. Again, make sure you read it carefully. I'm not going to go over all of the details right now because the syllabus is there for you to read carefully on your own. But I do want to address important things such as the course evaluation, right? So as you can see in there, you have a video introduction. Just basically record yourself with a camera. There's your phone camera, computer's camera, and then you upload it to the link that I provide in there, and you introduce yourself. What do you say in there? Well, you have like about 1 minute to do this introduction, so it's very short, right? So things you could address are what are you taking this class? What's your major? What sort of job or vocation do you want to pursue after graduation, and something you feel passionate about, hobby, activity, whatever. It could be simple and it's quick. All right. You also have the service learning project, which again I'll talk a little more about it. But what I want you to understand is that it's worth 40% of your grade, and it's based upon your volunteering to a community-based organization either in the Bronx or near where you live, if so it happens you don't live in the Bronx. As long as you let me know what the organization you will be volunteering for, as long as you let me know about it ahead of time, then we can discuss whether or not I approve or not of that particular organization. And this is perhaps the most important part of this course. It is a service learning course, meaning that students ought to volunteer. I think it's at least 10 hours throughout the whole semester, right? So you choose when to do it, in coordination with the organization that you choose. It has to be a minimum of 10 hours, and yeah, just when you click in there, it'll take you to a page that explains in detail what this service learning it's all about. Okay, so don't fret yet. Again, read everything carefully. Go to that web page. Look at the community-based organizations available in there. If you don't find one that is near to you, then you will have to do your research and then let me know. Very important. And I mean, even though we still have a few weeks before you have to, kind of tell me what service learning you're going to be doing, it's good to get an early start by carefully reading this and looking at other possibilities in terms of service learning. You also, so again, that's 40%, right? And it's broken down, by the way. So a way of thinking about it is you first need to let me know, where are you going to be doing your volunteering work? That's the proposal part. Then you have to do the volunteering, and what that means is you go to the particular organization you're going to be working with, and then you have to take notes, a little field note where you document all of your activities and you know with whom you're interacting. If these organizations are serving in a specific community, it will be useful to know what sort of communities these organizations are serving. So basic demographic information will be useful to document when you are in volunteering, and later that will be the basis for you. That will be your data. As you take notes on all of the tasks and the kinds of things you are doing, and what's the purpose of the organization, and so on and so forth. All of that will become your data, out of which you're going to write the final report. Again, this assignment, because it's 40%, it's a significant, the most significant part of the evaluation, and so, but it has been broken down into many little steps, spread out throughout the semester, so that you don't need to feel stressed out at all about this. Okay, it's very important to understand. This course is designed for you to get out there and learn about your community and help your community in whatever way you can. Okay. The other important section that we have in here is the journal entries. Again, this is, even though it's a low stake, so the service learning is a high stake, but it's broken down, right? Scaffolded through the semester. The journal entries, they are low stake, small writing assignments. Again, it's just one paragraph per article, nothing to be stressed about. It's just to get you in the habit of taking notes and engaging with the readings and comprehending and kind of highlighting that which stood out to you. You see, the beauty of courses such as this one is that each one of you is coming from a different place, and that is actually a source of strength in from the point of view of your worldview. So, each one of the students will be getting a slightly different take from the readings, and I would love to see what that take is. Okay, so this is your chance to kind of explain what the article was about, what it stood about, and then what your reaction to it was. All right. So that's the journal entries. Again, it's I think it's once I think no it's once a week. Students must write a paragraph for every assigned reading. Weekly reading. This paragraph needs to summarize the key arguments. Please, in the last few lines of your paragraph, include your reflection on the readings, what was surprising, challenging, etc. Okay. Then we have discussion boards. Discussion board postings are at the end of this post a question, comment, reaction, style, addressing, share your thoughts, and vice versa. I think the way in which I designed this is to have I think it's at the end of each unit the discussion board. So it'll be since there's 4 units, it'll be just 4 discussion boards. Okay. Then we have the experiential learning opportunity, and that again, that's a fancy way of saying find an event in Hostos at Hostos, whether it's online or in person. Has to be academic, and attend it, and then take some notes, and then you write 2 paragraphs at least about the event, and you kind of not only describe it, but you also provide me with a reflection of what it meant for you. Okay, I do not want, by the way, neither on the journal entries nor on the experiential learning opportunity, or for that matter in discussion board postings, I don't want statements that I like or I dislike this, right? What I would love for you to do is to engage in substantive commentaries, right? Not just superficial levels sort of appraisals, but really try to engage with whatever you're engaging with. Okay, so it's very important. You're gonna have a final presentation, and that one will be based on your final project, right? Meaning on the service learning project. So that's gonna be super easy, because by the time you have to turn in the video presentation, you would have to be done with the paper in order to do this. And again, the presentation in this case, I think the format for this one is just 3 minutes, super short as well. All right, so no reason to fret about this. Okay, let's move on. Now we have here the class schedule. Now, something about the syllabus. The class schedule is it's in a calendar format, meaning that all of the assignments are placed in the days that you are supposed to be doing them. So for instance, you have in here, this is a strange week because it's the first week of classes, and with the whole tech thing, it's been a while. I mean, it's taking me a little to get this ready, but it's already ready. I made it available actually on Wednesday, so you should have access to these since Wednesday actually. But for instance, let's take a look to week 2, right? In week 2, what do we have? Well, we don't have classes on Monday, right? Even though again it's an asynchronous class, but but on Wednesday, there are 2 short pieces in there. One of them is a short little piece of writing, and then the other one is a video, right? For this assignment, for instance, the journal entry will have to be about these 2, even though this is an audiovisual content. It's kind of important to engage with it. So I do want you to engage with this particular audiovisual content on the reflection, and of course the reading, and my lecture on it, which is my lecture on it is just some my lecture notes, so you can read them also. All right, so But in all, it's gonna be not that many pages. In fact, let me see that. Oh, I didn't put it in this one. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. All right, so yeah, so you read, and then you read this, and then when you're supposed to be submitting as well, you know, this is week, what is it, Wednesday the 4th, then it'll be like whatever, the 7th or something like that, which is Sunday, meaning you have a in Sunday, meaning if I were you, I would try to get the journal entry by Friday, you know, just push myself to do it, so that if something happens in life, you know, and you need an extra extension, then you have until Sunday to do it, right? So I mean, even so, let's think of it as a soft deadline Friday, but really the hard deadline for the journal entries is on Sunday midnight. In fact, most assignments for this course are due Sunday midnights. Okay, just to keep it simple, right? In terms of, oh my gosh, when do I have to submit this or that? Well, you know that most assignments for this course are due on Sunday midnights. Okay. About the formatting of this, so if you see in here we have August 26, but then you have the 28 and it doesn't have August. Okay, so in this instance it might not be a problem because you know then we have September, so it's easy to see, okay, this is August and this is September. But as we move on, right, I mean, this is September. If you notice, you see the 4th in here. This is, you know, of course, September the 4th, the 9th, the 11th, right? Those are the dates. And so if you move all the way here, you see, because it doesn't have September, it will be kind of, oh, wait, what is it? Is it September? What is it? Yeah, it is September, of course, because you can see that October is here, right? Now, this other little number, don't pay attention to this little number on the right side of the cell. This was just the counting of the days of classes if we were be meeting in person. It's just something for my own records. You don't have to worry about that. The important number is this one, which tells you the date, okay? The date in the calendar. And so, like, let me give you an example. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy, right? November, so you know that from here on starts November, so anything behind that is, well, October, you know, and so on and so forth, yeah? All right, and as you can see, it's really broken down. Let's take, for instance, this week in here. I want you to take a look at week 4. You have in here Gonzalez, 2004, early beginnings, and it's in that's a chapter in the book, The Bronx, and you see the pages 19 to 31, and then you read in here Gonzalez, early beginnings. Wait, it's the same title. What's going on in here? The Bronx. Okay, so it's the same chapter, but look at the pages 31 to 41, right? So even though it appears that this is 2 different articles, in reality it's just one article that I splice into, right? So to make it easier for you, I'm kind of spreading out some of the readings, right? And so yeah, so if you click to this link or you click to this link, it will take you to the same article, you know, exactly the same one. Why? Because it is the same one. It's just that I'm dividing the reading between days. Again, this is just to make it easier on you. And there are a few other instances as that one in the syllabus. What else I want to show in here? Well, let me see. Oh, yes. So before I used to have the assignments like in a different color, like red or something like that, but the accessibility tool that I have kind of flagged my syllabus for not being accessible if it had that color red because of the contrast. So I ended up setting it up in dark, bold font when you have assignments. So there you have it, you know, service learning project proposal. So that is due in 2 weeks from now, right? On week 3rd. Yeah. So you have it. And what is that? The proposal is just you know, a paragraph or 2 at the most explaining what service learning you're gonna be doing, why, and so on and so forth. It's very simple. Nothing to be worried about. What else? I mean, yeah, I'm telling you in here every time, okay, you have a journal entry and you have a discussion board, you know. So, you know, just keep that in mind that you have to turn those in and whatnot. Now, here's another assignment, experiential learning short paper due. That's the little academic event that you have to attend, you know, to write a summary on it. So you have the date in there. When is the date? You know, there you have it. So you should be submitting this one by by whenever it's you'll see the deadlines soon enough. Anyhow, um, pay attention to this one, for instance. This reading it's an academic article. It's a long article, but I broke it down into three shorter pieces, and so those are the only pages you have to read from that. So just kind of like just take the time and read and figure out what is that you need to do. I try to make it as clear in here. Something else I want to say about the syllabus is that it's completely hyperlinked, so you can access the readings right from here, which is pretty cool. Just click on it and boom, you should be able to bam access. I don't know, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to get out from here, but yes. So this is the syllabus. Take a look and read it carefully. All right. Okay, let's move on. Content. Let's go to content. Is this content? Oh yeah, content. Let's go to let's go back to here to syllabus and course info. There's a few other items that I need you to make sure to review. The Nentiquette one is a very important one. It explains students how to properly communicate with both me, the professor, and among yourself. So, in a nutshell, you have to be, respectful, and you have to write, in an academic fashion, and keep certain level of decorum when, engaging in communication. When you refer to me, either through email or if we happen to see each other on campus, the correct way will be of referring to me as Professor Torres Velez. That's my full last name, or Dr. Torres Velez. Again, it's very important to address folks in the right manner, okay, in a respectful manner. And the same on email, star always with the email, addressing the person. If it's me, dear Professor Torres Velez, and hope you're doing well. And then you go ahead and you ask your question. Please, in your emails, in your communication, make sure to include the course you are taking with me, because I'm teaching so many courses that is sometimes a little hard to keep track of what student is taking what. So if you don't let me know ahead of time, then I'm gonna have to ask you on the email, and it's just gonna keep dragging and whatnot. Also, because I'm teaching so many courses, you gotta be extremely patient. I will not be able to reply instantly to your messages or to your emails. That's something that you have to understand. Give me at least 24 hours of working hours to get back to you. All right, that's kind of much. Don't stress out. It might take me a few days to be able to reply it on time. Okay. So check the netiquette carefully. Technology requirements. There is some. Oh, it's repeated. I gotta clean that up. There is a video tutorial on how to use Brightspace for you there. So make sure you review it. Okay. Let's go now to course content. There you go. This is where most of the work will be happening. All of the work, actually. As I was saying, divided in 4 units. So let's click one of the units. Now you see this unit has, all of these days of work. Let's click one of those. So this is a typical day, a typical week, if you will, of work. Let's call it days for now, right? So you have, sorry about that. So you have, since this is the first day of classes, you have the icebreaker. I've seen already that some of you already submitted that. Kudos to you. You have the lecture to watch. There's another short video here, another lecture. Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness. And this one, it's about reading hacks, how to maximize your time when reading. I'm giving you some tricks to be able to do your work. So watch it carefully, and I hope it will be useful. I also included in there. Oh my goodness, where is it? Did I put it in here or no? Introduce yourself, lecture, reading hacks. Before taking my class, first reading. Let me go to reading hacks just to see it quickly. Oh yeah, I was getting worried. So in here I have the short well, 20-minute or so video on, the reading hacks, and then you have actually a handout to go with that you can, also explore carefully in there, okay? First reading, you click in there, and what do you see? Well, there you have it, the freaking reading. If you click on it, there you have it. This is it's a short reading, you see, it's not very long. Yep. So that's that first reading. Bam. That easy. It is that easy. Readings, and what is this? Something to watch. What is it? Let's check it out. Well, there you have. That's Dennis Button, Darwinian Theory of Beauty. You click on it and you watch it. Oops. Let's go back to day one. What else do we have in here? Journal entry. Again, this is due on Sundays. And in here, I want you to notice this, right? It tells you due September the 1st. What's September the 1st? It's a freaking Sunday. So there you have it. All right. And here is the test or the quiz for the syllabus. So you better spend some time carefully reading that syllabus. All right. So that you take it and you ace it. Okay. So that you take it and ace the quiz, and that's basically it. I mean, you keep same deal, over and over. You see, you have in here it's the same format: lecture, readings, possible assignments that you might have, the due dates for the assignment, all of that. Okay. Now since I'm talking about assignments, I wanna jump here to to this one-stop thing I was telling you about. All right, so let's just so you see in here we have one paragraph project proposal. Yeah, let's go here to one-stop writing assignments, and look at this. One paragraph project proposal. So why is it redundant? Why do I have it in two places? Well, the answer is simple, right? You can either hunt down the assignments by going to course content, going to the unit, then trying to remember, oh my gosh, in what day was this assignment supposed to be? Oh, was it in here? So you'll have to start checking day by day, right? That's kind of like cumbersome, right? So what I thought was to put, in addition to have those assignments here, right, in the days, you also can find them quickly here on the one stop. Every time you use a one stop writing assignment, one stop journal submissions, go there. And there you have all of the journal submissions in one single place. All of the writing assignments, like, slightly higher stakes assignments, there you have them. So on and so forth, right? The same with discussion boards. You see, yes, I mentioned, I gotta fix this. I have it twice in here. I don't know why, but anyways, 4 discussion boards, 1 per each unit, and so on and so forth, right? So this is where you can quickly find your assignments if you don't want to kind of navigate and start drilling into the different hierarchies and looking through all of the dates. This is how you can quickly find the assignment. Okay. Something else I want to point out, and I don't know if I have activated this. Oh, I have not. No. All right, I will make sure to activate this as a sort of discussion board posting, but for questions. All right, where all of you will have access to post your questions, and you can also answer your own questions if you happen to know the answer, and I could probably pitch in as well in there every now and then. All right, so that's your one place to post your questions about the course and whatnot. All right, folks, that's really all for me today. I don't want to keep going because it's already oh my goodness, 33 minutes. This was supposed to be short, but at least this should give you an idea on how to navigate the course, how to understand the syllabus. You got to dive in and read it very carefully, where to post your assignments, and and so that's all for me today. Again, thank you so much. Welcome to my class. I'm really looking forward to a wonderful and productive semester with you all. Thank you. All right.